Hey ladies and gentlemen, it turns out I was right. In the last episode I mentioned we haven't really had many peaceful protests in Cameroon, and I questioned how realistic that could ever be. Sadly, the recent events have proven that point. The protests have been everything but peaceful. And what isn't exactly breaking news? We have a new president. Let's talk about it. This is a report and I'm your Senegalese Doris. But before getting to the video, make sure to like and subscribe to the Next Generation Media channel so you don't get to miss out on any of our subsequent videos. Since our last episode, a lot has happened. Sunday, as many fear, turned out to be quite chaotic across several towns, especially in Douala. The very next day, election results were officially announced, with Kabalibi, who came in third, Issa Chiroma, who took the second place, leading in the regions of Adamawa, Littoral, the North, the West region, while President Paul Biya secured victories in the center, the East, the extreme North, the South, the Northwest, and Southwest regions. And as it often goes, after election, one side was celebrating while the others were mourning. But even before the day ended, protests intensified, and by the end of the day, things had spiraled further. Over the past few days, Cameroon has experienced not just riots, but vandalism, theft, and sadly, more civilians ended up dead.
Le sable, les gars, prenez le sable. Aïe, aïe, aïe.
J'habite la Fonchimi.
Dit en direct, mardi matin en direct, donc c'est pas. Ça c'est pour ce matin, c'est pas pour hier. Ça c'est le matin. Il y a quoi que c'est ce qu'on a vu hier. Ça c'est aujourd'hui. Partout là-bas il y a le feu. Partout en haut là il y a le feu. C'est ce matin. Là-bas si c'est la magie.
Vous-même, vous ne vous en sortez pas. Même les niais ne s'en sortent de mon pays. Laissez-nous revendiquer notre droit. Laissez-nous revendiquer. Nous tous sommes là dans le roi.
C'est vous qui voulez la victoire de Issa Chiroma. C'est vous qui dites que Issa Chiroma a gagné. Vous allez partir en prison. Hein. Vous allez partir. Vraiment, vous êtes terrible. Hein. Alors, vous êtes allé à l'école, vous êtes là, vous cherchez même quoi? Regardez-moi les gens ici. Vous avez déjà mangé même le matin. Je vais te filmer pour que tes parents voient que tu es un voyou. C'est manga, non? Je vais te filmer, je vais envoyer à tes parents que tu es un voyou. Tais-toi!
Reprimé par nos lois. Il devra en répondre devant des juridictions compétentes. J'en appelle une fois de plus au civisme et à la responsabilité de tous et de chacun. Aucune atteinte à l'ordre public ne sera tolérée et les personnes appréhendées dans le cadre des opérations de maintien de l'ordre en cours, ainsi que celles qui tirent les ficelles dans l'ombre, seront déférées devant les tribunaux. Je mets également en garde les médias de la haine qui participent à ce projet insurrectionnel. Ils devront tous répondre de leurs agissements devant la justice. Je tiens aussi à préciser que l'État veillera à ce que l'ordre règne et que la paix soit préservée sur toute l'étendue du territoire national. Je voudrais à nouveau mettre en garde toutes celles et tous ceux, peu importe l'endroit où ils se trouvent, qui à travers les messages séditieux et irresponsables, audio et vidéo, ont cautionné et cautionnent cette imposture du candidat Issa Chiroma, mauvais perdant, qui débite de grossiers mensonges, faisant croire qu'il aurait gagné le scrutin présidentiel sur la base des faux procès-verbaux fabriqués dans des officines du quartier. Il est désormais clair, plus que jamais clair aujourd'hui, que les vrais procès-verbaux issus des bureaux de vote ont prouvé le contraire. Les services spécialisés rassemblent actuellement tous les messages et vidéos mensongers ainsi que les diverses manipulations véhiculées dans les réseaux sociaux contre l'ordre établi, afin que leurs auteurs soient traduits le moment venu devant les instances judiciaires compétentes, au même titre que le candidat Issa Chiroma et ses affidés, responsables d'un plan insurrectionnel dont le but est de mettre le pays à feu et à sang. Malgré ces menaces graves à l'ordre public, dans certaines localités, la situation sécuritaire du pays est globalement sur contrôle. J'invite une fois de plus tous les Camerounais à vaquer normalement à leurs occupations et à être des artisans de paix partout où ils se trouvent. Et je vous remercie de votre attention.
Despite this, both parties have come forth expressing their sympathy to the victims, yet public sentiment remains tense and many citizens are far from satisfied. A wise man once told me, don't mix politics with emotions, and those are definitely wise words, but here's the truth. It's not even about politics for me, because let's be honest, politics everywhere is a dirty game. Necessary, but very dirty game. To me, it's like a bad soap opera that has its terrible plots, but even though you hate it, you cannot stop watching it. Now, I promised some loved ones that I would take it easy on this topic, and I think I've kept that promise, but here's what I want to say in conclusion. Why did I expect things to turn out as bad as they did? Because those of us from Northwest and Southwest region, we are very too familiar with this story. We've seen it before during the Anglophone crisis, which is still ongoing. First, schools were disrupted, then people's businesses, and then their daily lives. Then came the deaths, and they just kept on coming. Not long ago, we were mourning Mrs. Zuheria, and now we have 6 confirmed civilians that have passed away. And that's what I think everyone, both the protesters and the forces involved, might be forgetting. When all is said and done, When the smoke has cleared and the names of the fallen have faded away from our lips, those who never forget are the families. The mothers and the fathers waited for their children to come back home from school, from work, from simply going to buy supplies, and they never did. Those are the people who carry the real pain. So before you shout and break, before you shoot and take, count the cost. We should ask ourselves, is this really the way? Is it worth it? If you are going to do something and stand for something, yes, do your full chest, but don't ignore the consequences, because if history has taught us anything in this country, is that these violent protests have taken us nowhere. They have taken away lives, definitely, but they have brought very little change. So honestly, I'd like someone to tell me one example of what a protest has done to transform this country. I'd like to see that in the comment section. Please do enlighten me. It is undeniable that Cameroon is in desperate need for peace and progress. And I do not claim to have all the answers as to how that can be achieved. But one thing is clear. What we are seeing now has never worked and is bringing more chaos than calm. Well, that's all for our video, ladies and gentlemen. But I'd like to know again, like I said, drop your comments down in the comment section below. But before you go, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the Next Generation Media channel so you don't get to miss out on any of our future videos. Bye.